specific drops. And speaking of set drops, let's jump into the first game. We're getting ready to kick it off here.
That is a professional cue to get into the action.
Transition, Jack.
I love it. What a transition.
Strap in.
We are now ready for game number 1.
A much different bus path than the previous one. We have a north to kind of southeast, which means that southwest corner, granted there's a giant, there's the cut out of the terrain, but I would bet that Greasy and Flush, contrary to maybe a public match, they will be populated. You will see players go there because the stretch is important, the distance they have to travel, and it all depends on the play style. We were talking earlier about whether you land, if you land at a POI versus you land in the boonies, so to say. That's a gameplay choice. You're choosing whether or not the early game is more important. You go for early eliminations, or if you're trying to stay on the outside, touch the little one-off buildings, gather as many resources, as many materials as you can. Maybe find purple AR if you get really lucky, and then bunker down if you're shooting for that that top 10 placement for points.
And just from that map that we saw earlier, only one person landed lazy, only one person landed risky. Realistically, only one person landed Tomato Temple. They're getting free reign of all the loot that goes on there.
Now that drop there, you saw Vivid had dualies and then immediately just decided to back out after he smacked the tree a couple times, get a couple materials, playing for late game. Dualies versus shotgun. He does have the clingers in case he needs to kind of make use his get out of jail free card. We'll see what Fugues decides to do here.
I didn't realize Boss was that weak already. I didn't realize
10
Boss was that weak. Looks like Fuse going to go for it now. Feeling confident. All the way on the outskirts of the map. This is that building that has the pre-built structure already on it. So if you're wondering, wow, who took the time to edit this?
Looks like a player.
This is literally, it's meant to look like a player build.
Going down, look for the edits, trying to find as much loot as he can. It's interesting to see this kind of like this verticality. They know that the other player's still inside.
This, you couldn't ask for anything better. He winds up getting a shotgun. Or sorry, he winds up getting the bandages out of it, which will help him heal on up. Found the shotgun on the ground. What's crazy too about this building is those are neutral walls, so anyone can edit those. Yeah.
DMO over here, just digging through as much loot as he can. Got lucky, found some minis, which is going to be super important. Early game shield. You see, he chose the gray AR over the gray burst. Low ammunition, low medium ammo count. A burst is going to be really bad. You're going to throw bullets away. You don't want to do that, especially in a game like this where you don't know how much ammunition you might be gathering.
That's actually the location that I landed in for the Pro-Am back at E3, but now as we swap perspective to basically the opposite side of the map.
Yet another top-down, 2 players stuck in the same building. Back over to Fugues. Gets the elimination on Boss. That's a big takeout there. Boss, an excellent player. I'm sure next game we'll be looking to make some big plays.
Right, and again, going right back to healing on up, over to Vivid now. He's on the outskirts of the map as well. He's in a fight with Wheats.
He's only got 1 build left versus Wheats out here. Suppressed SMG, standard SMG. Wheats trying to make a move in there. He's sitting on 16 builds possible versus Vivid's 1. That suppressed pistol, 38 headshot. Vivid's accuracy coming out here.
There you go. Wheats had a rift to go. He's going to go ahead and try to spot exactly how this plays on out. Vivid, if you do this.
Hit these shots. You know you want to. He chooses not to, taking just a couple. I think the decision to conserve ammunition right now more important, and potentially other players coming in, because those fights, especially if you're not using a suppressed weapon, you're sending up a signal flare to everybody else. Hey, I'm over here, and I might not have shield anymore.
Oh, Gorilla is maxed HP. Another fight going down versus Nibs.
On top of the building.
Nibs does have that tack shotgun.
What a huggable guy flying in your. And you saw in the previous engagement, those pyramids are used all the time by competitive players. The flat surface and pyramid on the top to kind of double up. Ooh. Oh.
Fulmer gets the shotgun down on the huggable guy before he can break on out. Back to the fight we saw in the mansion just outside Greasy. Such a low material count. These fights so awkward. Top players. I mean, you almost feel naked in this game when you don't have over, what, 600, 700 material in your inventory?
And you'll notice, too, right here in Nibs is even mid-engagement, swapping the pickaxe. Gives us a couple smacks, grab a little bit of material, because that can mean one surface can mean the difference between winning an engagement or losing.
Absolutely. And we did swap wait for a second, but Gorilla, who we saw had max health, was actually dropped to under 60 HP. There's a look at the map for a second, but let's dive back to the full screen action as I believe a third party has entered on into this fight.
Like Tempo Payne, you see the shots from the feed. Payne got the elimination on Gorilla, and Nibs versus Pain, this little build-off here. Low material build-off, and Nibs can't even build. He's got 9 wood and nothing else, so he has to back out.
But you got to love this play.
Here
Immediately
forfeits
the high ground.
122 brick, and now this is back in the fight immediately. He's going to build up, kind of can himself in, push inside the building to try and throw Pain off so he can't track him.
Pain, a ton of materials, and he's got a brilliant loadout here, Lupo. Grenades, he's got the swap weapon between the pump.
The shot. When it looks like it bounced back out, he's got to push up this little build off here, and the quick edit, the shotgun. Oh, and the Pain had the shotgun swap after the fast edit, dropped down, and just barely missed a shot to the target's left. Nibs getting the elimination.
That's a tough thing, right? The tactical shotgun, you kind of feel it. Yes, it's not as strong for those heavy damage hits versus the pump, but you can kind of consistently get out that damage. On the other hand, there for Pain, he uses that pump, and when he misses, the first tack hits from his opponent, he immediately goes, oh, all advantage I had is now gone.
Big mistake.
He tries to swap. At that point, there's already been 2 more tack shots fired, and it ends shortly after. Hysteria at an awkward position here.
He's
low on materials.
He can build up a little bit, but his base is falling. He's going to try and build to counter it, and it's not enough. The fall damage is too much. Nibs gets the elimination on Hysteria.
Here's some Vivid earlier on.
Yeah.
Swap on over to him, gets an engagement. And there's the quick cleanup on the Diggy, and look at the loot there. Vivid, who we saw just had a silenced pistol earlier on with just 73 HP, now has some shields, has a limb. He's got some great weaponry as well. The big thing, though, is the ammo. The big thing is the ammo.
Sitting very low. Pretty much everything except for the shotgun is not. You're not going to be able to reload those, and that means that he has to make really confident, intelligent choices on engagements.
So real quick for everybody at home, 5 players with 2 elims so far on the verge of earning themselves a point. Dremin, Replays, DMO, Sofa, who was the winner from Heat 1 earlier today, and then Nibs. We've watched a lot of his action outside of Greasy. Again, here's the benefits of this spectator client. Shout out to Epic. Awesome, awesome updates happening in the game.
Wonderful information. Now, actually, just right there, DMO was eliminated. Took 68th, but still a 2 elimination player taken out.
Can't be stressed enough. You need 3 elims to earn a point. Fight going down now for Snood as he's trying to keep this high ground. You're seeing just how fast players are burning through these materials, and we might sound like a broken record, but folks,
you need them.
You need them so badly. When everyone can build in these lobbies, every little bit counts. The zone now pushing on it as well. The shotgun engagement whiffs that shot as well.
He's trying to get.
He doesn't want to have to run away. He wants to clean up this player, secure the loot, and then go and not have to worry about his pitch.
He's at 2 eliminations already. He knows if he gets this, that is a point secured for this round.
This could be our first point of anyone here in the qualifiers tonight. So much shield. He's dropped down to 25 health. Snood needs his elimination for 1 point. And again, every point matters. And look at how healthy his opponent is. Cubs Mill.
He stopped inside the box, popped the mini, so he had a little bit, but still the Storm ticking up away 1 HP at a time. He's trying to get a top down here. And we'll see if it even plays out.
What a shot! Down to just 22 HP. Snood, does he go for it all? Snood's got to go for it. He has no healing.
He heard him drop down.
No!
He dies to the Storm.
Snood just died to the Storm.
2 eliminations.
Look at him, look at the reaction. And I think he's done as well. They both risk it in the zone. And oh no, the dance. Star power, unfortunately, won't help you there, buddy.
That's
heartbreak for Snood. Heartbreak for Snood.
Back over here, Mars Cities. This was earlier near the beginning of the game. You see, taking Joda out, 64 down to 63 players remaining there. What a set of plays. The drama in the Storm. That kind of choice to just say, nope, I'm done, and just dance it out. I can respect that.
That's one of those stories that we have to keep in mind as this goes on. Snood missing out on that 1 point opportunity. You know he's kicking himself right there. Saint, who played a ton in the summer skirmishes up to this point with OP.
Triz in the feed taking out Nate Hill.
Oh, Nate Hill.
Player I mentioned from FaZe earlier, an excellent player.
Yeah.
Going down. Now, Saint versus Ream 57, a little, some edits, some preemptive edits here. Looking for the drop down. He closes the roof. Do you see how fast? Close the roof above him just in case. Just in case.
I don't know how they do it. The big thing for him, though, 2 big shields, too. He's already at max HP.
He's in a good situation.
Now, here's a look at the zone. And Ben, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this.
You see a
players
number of
all around the outskirts, but what are the benefits of getting in the zone early on? when the zone updates?
They call that gatekeeping. You have an opportunity there. You get inside the white circle, the safe zone for when the storm moves next, and you can watch for incoming players, people that might have been, they might take engagements from other players that are trying to push in the safe zone. You just sit in the top of your 1x1. We've seen in previous summer skirmishes, players like Tfue will pick up a scope AR.
You did it to me with a thermal.
I did indeed, and I
That's
apologize
why I asked you.
for that.
You did it last week.
Remember, Jack? No, you'll see players sit at the top of these things and they'll wait. And it's not necessarily slow play, it's intelligent play.
Yep.
They're looking for chances, opportunities to take on people that are in disadvantageous positions and say, I'm here and I can get the last shot on you, because every elimination counts. You said if they get to 3, that's a point.
Yeah. And this is a very awkward scenario right now for 72 hours, and here's why. The man has no shields. He's got the storm at his back. He's got to push forward. And only 75 HP.
He does
so
have
many
5
things one-shot him.
He's got 5 bandages. He can fight against storm damage a little bit. It's not going to tick for more than 1 until it closes, and there is a launch pad that he could use. More bandages as well. It's kind of like he just sort of won the bandage lottery there, sitting at 10. And you can use the launch pad and try and fly past these players. The choice to avoid an engagement rather than take it is a huge one, because that means that, especially somebody like 72 Hours, he knows the right thing to do there is worry more about the storm and less about these people that you know they're going to end up fighting each other. Like Blue T and Replays right now, a little bit of a build fight. Replay looks like he's looking for a snipe shot. You see him he's jumping and whipping back. Here it comes. Oh! There it is! Replays with the headshot.
So
on Blue
he's
T
in FaZe. It's got to have a sniper. I'm pretty sure when you join FaZe, there's like a contract where you can only use snipers.
I guarantee
in those cool scenarios.
The thought of a 360 went through his head before he hit that shot, and that put him at 3 elims. That's a point.
And now he's the second player. Actually, Dremin hit 3 elims earlier on.
Ashton with an engagement. The drop there, putting him down to 18. He was at 51. Took some shots from the player that he's in a fight with here. And those little triangle builds, building up. Not enough. Dester gets the shot in there on Ash, who pushed through the wall. The spray down of the surface. You saw him kind of try and whip back, block him out, but it wasn't fast enough. He snuck inside the box and got him. But even right here, Flame is sitting on the top of the tower. This is the situation that a lot of these players are going to face, is they build into these boxes, these cathedrals, and there's more than who you know.
Gatekeeping.
Exactly. Vivid waiting right there at the edge, just trying to pick up what he can. A heavy sniper here. Hands a few, but he's going to try and shoot down that green AR, just spamming out the build.
This is again for his 3rd elim, and we sound like broken records with some of this stuff.
The points they're so important.
The points are everything. Again, if you get 3 or 4 elims, you earn yourself 1 point. 5 to 6 elims is 2 points. 7+ elims is 3 points. And then there's also points for placing.
Placing is
4th through 10th, you earn 1. 2nd and 3rd, you earn 2. 1st place is +3.
The edit there, do you see that? It replaces the wall, places the wall, edits a window so fast to try and get the shotgun, the pump shotgun shot off. He's going for it. You see every time.
He got it,
Right there, gets the shot. What a fast edit.
He's doing such fast edits, he's confusing himself as he's just trying to get in the box. Swapping down over to Dester. And
5 HP.
And there's the drum gun.
The drum gun. Right now, Dester just holding down left click, trying to keep the wall up. Turbo mode coming in clutch for situations like that, where he can just keep his opponent out as long as he's got the build up, holds down that left mouse click.
And this is almost a must. Flame. What?
5 HP in a dream. He popped 2 minis. So he's at 55, but he didn't take. Oh.
He got 3 elims though. He got 3 elims. It's a point.
Turkey Lips coming in third partying, basically a melee combat third party to try and get the last elimination.
And third partying is something that we talk about so much. If you watched any of the summer skirmishes up to this point, I'm sure you've heard the commentators talk about it. Why is third partying everything in these bets?
So you have 2 players like this right here, 72 versus his opponent right now. There could be a, we'll say, third party that can come in and somebody that knows that there's a fight going on.
Assuming they're weak,
damage. Exactly.
Get a free kill,
and say, this elimination is mine as well. Now, you see on your screen, 6 players right now, even though Replays and Dester are both eliminated already, 6 players already have 1 point from this first game of 6 for this evening's qualifiers, which is huge.
Yep.
You're going to see a lot of players play safe, especially the ones now that have that point obtained already, because it's just a smart play.
TB Fulmer actually just moved up there as well. 36 players remaining as we move in towards our next zone. This was Turkey Lips earlier on. I think this is when he saw that
push.
That free little elim as he went for it here. Quick break, and then Helo. That new shotgun, man, the double barrel is something special.
An intelligent play there, too, to wait until what is essentially the fight has played out. So there's no reason to push in early because you don't know what they might be carrying. Imagine pushing into that box and there's remote explosives on the wall. You put yourself in a situation where you're going to get eliminated. He waited till the last second and said, okay, now he's healing. They listen for those audio cues, the bandage sound, the drinking the minis or the big shield, and they know when to push in.
Ladies and gentlemen, we actually just had our first player hit 5 elims. Fulmer just got 3 elims in the last 30 seconds to move from 2 to now 5. So that'll net him at 2 points so far in this game. But the action, as we see Nibs, who's already got a point on the board in total, he's out of materials.
No builds left,
and he's out of luck here.
Bosswoodji taking the elimination just as the zone is closing in. But Struggs is up top. This is that third partying that we were talking about. He's got a window edited open. He's just tapping down below, seeing if he can pick up that last elimination. You have Horrified.
Fuzzy's like, please, no one know I'm here.
I'm down here with 1 HP, guys. Don't worry about it. He's got his hunting rifle out, but he's not going to engage anybody. That's a play for position and knowing that if he steps out of that box, that's going to be all she wrote.
Yep.
Horrified trying to take some shots there. Struggs, you see earlier, I was talking about Struggs, third partying from the top of that tower, gets the elimination of Bosswoodji with the rifle shot, 82 meters out. Nades coming in and just waiting to see if he can hit that hunting rifle shot.
Exits had a campfire, cozy campfire used in there.
Powder underneath Horrify there. Punisher taking shots, just the purple AR tap fire in these buildings. Some stink grenades to try and push an opponent out of their position. Because Punisher may or may not realize there are 2 targets over there. The second one back to the left and actually lower than the one that he was engaging. Here you go. Fulmer did go down, but he is at the top of the board, 5 eliminations, which puts him at 2 points. The only player right now with 2 points in this game.
Yeah, and Turkey Lips is close. I think the big thing for Turkey Lips right now is he's only 6 meters, 7 meters from the zone. So he'll be able to rotate quite quickly. And again, I like the use of that impulse grenade by Punisher. Saving materials, just impulsing up to the high ground instead of having to build himself, wooden ramps. Every wall counts late game, Dr. Lupo.
You see him smacking these trees too. Leaving them up too. One of the things that competitive players tend to do, especially early to mid game when there's movement happening, and this is Fulmer, by the way, the push to 5 eliminations gets 1 outside the zone there on Prodigy Aces. But the farming those materials, they'll leave trees up and not knock them down because when the tree goes down, you can see those from anywhere.
Oh, Turkey Lips, you hear that sound when the shields are officially ripped off. That gives Morgoth TV.
Drop down the rocket. An attempt at a play, and Turkey Lips actually takes himself out with the rocket.
And I can tell you something, Morgoth TV is very angry because that would have been 3 elims, and now he's down to just 6 HP. This could be the worst case scenario as he thought he had the 1 point secured.
He's got to push inside still. The Storm, 20 seconds left, and he's got players boxing up in front of him. He's reloaded. He's good on materials, at least for an initial kind of box up. He can build himself some structure, but after that, he's very 400 might seem like a lot, Jack, but it's just not when these players are going to start spamming buildings down. You hear the explosions coming out. It's nightmare fuel for some of these guys. Morgoth's trying to get that 3rd elimination, secure a point.
Again, it's two engagements that he was 1 bullet away from getting that elim he needed, and it still hasn't happened yet. Bounce pads, 4 for Exus.
You see the setup he's running right now, too, is very much a close range, a close engagement setup because these games kind of run to small circles very often. The map is getting tight with players. People are going to start stacking up on top of each other, and you're going to run into close quarters engagements way more often than not. Speaking of, the double barrel, Horrify goes down. After the swap to the drum gun, he's going for as much healing as he can. The mini is going to come in clutch.
He just got dropped to 23 health. That was 1 bullet again that Morgoth wasn't able to get. See, it's Wheats now moving closer. 4 players in this one area. Just continue to shield on up, only 73 health. Looking for that perfect third party, engagement. Doesn't want to get a straight up 1v1, especially with this little HP.
Now they've got to start making moves quick too, because you see there's 21 players left and 20 seconds before. This is the first time the Storm is going to move in this first game. Finishing a challenge there. Well done, Morgoth. But the Storm is going to start to move, and that's why Morgoth is moving already. He's trying to prepare ahead of time, and you'll see a lot of players do that, but you'll also see some players, especially if they have bounce pads, they'll wait to the last second because they don't have to move early. They can let everybody everybody else get into position and start fighting each other,
yeah,
and then kind of sneak in. They're trying to slide in underneath all the combat.
Here it goes,
Storm
folks.
Starting to move.
Everyone's swarming. Morgoth turns, tries to put more
Still looking
damage
for that third elimination.
Still hasn't gotten his third elim. Tig set up outside the zone. He's got to move in as well. Here he goes. Expect him to place floors, walls, ramps, trying to build for that high ground. The Storm hits for so much damage at this point. A little build battle going on down the quick edit. He misses it. Now he'll drop on it. There's a trap that hits him for the full 150. And now he realizes just how desperate of a situation he's truly in. The panic build's coming on in. The quick drop down as well. The sign of a great player. As he's able to recover for the moment.
He's actually in a wonderful position for the next circle. You see in the top right, he's already in the west side, and it's going to go north-northwest. He could just slide along with that. But these shots, this is the time. There's 20 players left. You have to remember, top 10 minimum to get a point, and that means everybody's going to play for position. And a bad position from Tig gets shredded from up top. That floor and triangle build pattern, trying to build up double layers, and Psalm, one of our previous round winners from the heats today, to get into this qualifier, playing exceptionally well. Three eliminations here, which means a point secured already. 15 seconds till the Storm moves. Jack, what's your play?
Oh, my play is get as close to the next zone as possible. I don't like to play for the high ground, which is probably the wrong thing in general. I typically play the low ground in these scenarios, as it looks like two players now fighting for the high ground at the moment. Alpha Ammo, the bounce pad, brilliant stuff. He tries to shoot down the structure and only gets tagged for 15, so... Oh gosh.
He's stuck against the bounce pad under the stairs.
That sums up my life.
He's in a box. If he can't make it out of there, the Storm is it's gonna eat him.
He can't get out, it's still going off.
You see the top of he's still bouncing.
No! Oh my gosh. And that's the last time Posey ever used a bounce pad. Everyone now swarming on, and you can see just how hectic this is. The high ground right now looks like Sean has it, but there's 72 hours on the right side of your screen with just 100 HP. Wheats on the bottom left, down to just 1 health.
He's
every man
still
for
from
himself
earlier.
At the moment, and here comes the remote explosives, dropping him on down. A damage tag there. I can hear the crowd behind us getting into this, folks.
13 left.
No elim yet.
He's still looking for his second one. 13 left. 3 more players go down, and everyone that's remaining at that point gets at least 1 point.
And remember, folks, we are live all weekend with this action from PAX, the final week of the summer skirmish. These players across tonight looking to qualify for Monday's $1.5 million. That'll be up for grabs.
Sofa goes down up top. The elimination happens for Alpha Ammo.
He still needs 1 more to earn himself that point for elims. The next player that dies will just be right on the cusp of earning the 1 point for the top 10. Everyone knows it. They want this free point. Who will be the one to drop and just barely miss out?
See the push. There's actually a player right above. Goes down. That's 8 remaining. A quick shift in player count as the circle is moving, and that's pretty common in these late zones.
Sean's got the high ground, 72 hours. One of the more notable players left in this lobby. Sam, who won that Heat 2 earlier on, still alive. Alpha all the way up top, and how has Morgoth TV stayed alive? He's had that much HP from 3 zones ago.
As soon as you say it goes down the shotgun, I think you might have jinxed it.
He just got a limb. Oops. My bad.
Apparently Sean was taken, but Sean was taken is still here all the way up top. He's got a top-down view. 0 eliminations, but it doesn't matter. He's playing for late game, and structure's going down.
Whoa, no!
Just barely misses out. That is 3 eliminations here.
Okay.
That gives him a point. 1 minimum plus.
Now, top 3 is +2.
So he's got 2 points right now. If he can make it to third, 2 more players go down, that secures him at least 1 more point.
Yeah.
He's got a campfire. He's out of abilities, ways to heal his HP, but he does have 6 minis in case he gets into a fight. He's popping the campfire right now to try and push himself up as much HP as possible in case an engagement happens, especially right now where he's up top. You were saying earlier, the top being a really advantageous position, but it's not always the best.
Not always the best, especially when one of the best players in the game, 72 hours, is still live on the low ground and knows exactly how to play this scenario. Folks, we are down to our top 4 here, 72 hours. Vulturing from the floor, he's placing traps, and guess what? He's basically saying, come on down, folks, fall on in, because I've got traps everywhere. One just went off and didn't get him a limb. He's already got 1 point himself. The zone closing on in. This is it folks. Who will come out on top? Remember, top 3 is +2 points. The trap's still coming on down.
You see, he's timing his heal until
Yes.
right when the zone closes. He waited until he could use that last,
And here it goes.
last bandage. Here we go.
Everyone trying to heal. Who's
Now
going to stay alive?
Alpha pushing down. He's using the drum gun, trying to get in.
He gets
gets elimination. Uses a bandage. Not going to be enough.
Alpha dropped. Strugs wins!
Strugs wins!
Strugs wins in the final moments with just
Storm.
20 HP, trying to heal on up. As you saw, everyone was basically on top of each other. It's a heal fight, but in the end, Strugs with what? He only had 1 limb, but a victory will earn him +3 points. Down to the wire, it went there, and here's the final moments again. He had 0 build left.
All it was, you hear the spam clicking, just use the bandages, and you can hear the shots. But at this point, though, Strugs' mind is basically thinking, I'm either going to get a heal off, or I'm going to go down.
Look.
He doesn't even realize 5 HP remaining.